Hello everyone, how you doing today? Weather and Toilet Liker 8802 here, and welcome back to another video. This time I'm presenting to you my first ever spring seasonal forecast for 20, and this one is for 2020, which is obviously the year that we're in. Before I start the video, I would ask that you consider subscribing if you do like any or all of my content. Also consider liking this video and or leaving a nice comment on it. Like always, constructive criticism is also welcome. Remember, I read every single comment you have, but I might only be able to respond to some of them. Thanks very much for 128 subscribers. Correction, I now have 129. I would really like to get the percentage of watch time from subscribers up to 10%. So just keep watching and subscribing and I could get there. Let's get right into things. So this is my spring 2020 precipitation outlook. And I'm going to break this down region by region, starting with the western U.S. We have an area of slightly below average precipitation from California and Nevada all the way through Oregon and Washington. That's where you're going to see slightly below average precipitation. Now you might not notice it too much, but on paper it's going to be below average. Now we have a shade of gold. That's where you'll see moderately below average precipitation for the coastal areas of Northern California, Oregon, and Washington State. Now we have a second area of below average precipitation, and this is only a slight risk area for below average precipitation. It extends from areas like eastern Missouri and east portions of Missouri and Iowa, all the way through to a good portion of the Great Lakes, excluding Pennsylvania and New York. That's where you're going to see slightly below average precipitation, and it's going to be below average definitely going to be below average on paper, but you might not notice it too much. Now for my areas of above average precipitation. I have an area outlooked from Montana all the way down to Colorado and Kansas, as well as the far western Oklahoma Panhandle and extreme northeastern New Mexico. Is you're going to see slightly above average precipitation. On paper, it's going to be above average, but you might not notice it too much. And then we have a second area of slightly above average precipitation. It extends from eastern Texas all the way through the southeastern United States and down to the coastal areas of southern New England. That's where you're gonna, as well as Florida, as well as southern Florida, as well as all of Florida. That's where you're gonna see slightly above average precipitation. Now you even have a second shade of green here, where it's gonna be moderately above average precipitation. It extends from far eastern Texas and southeastern Arkansas, and pretty much all of Louisiana, all the way through to eastern North Carolina and southeast Virginia, as well as northern Florida. We're also going to see moderately above average precipitation, and if that occurs with above average temperatures, that can translate into above average severe weather, possibly and perhaps even above average tornadoes. All right, more about that in my severe weather outlook. This is my temperature outlook for the spring of 2020. And now you can see I have a huge area of above average precipitation for the entire western U.S. Stretches from much of Texas through southern and western Oklahoma and southwestern Kansas, all the way encompassing the entire western U.S. west of the Rocky Mountains. That's where you're going to see slightly above average temperatures, and we even have an area of moderately above average temperatures from eastern California and northern and western Nevada, all the way through to much of Washington State and Oregon and southern and western Idaho. Now we have a secondary of above average temperatures stretching from much of Florida all the way to southeast New Jersey. Is you're going to see slightly above average temperatures, but on paper it's still going to be above average in that first shade of above or below average. And now we're talking about a below average area for the northern U.S. It extends from eastern Montana, dips down into the middle Mississippi Valley lakes in states like Nebraska, northern Kansas, northern Missouri, all of Iowa, multiple whole states in this. North Dakota, pretty much all of South Dakota, Wisconsin, and almost all of Michigan, and also forgot to mention northern Indiana could get in on some of those slightly below average temperatures. Like I said, it's not as noticeable in that first shade, but on paper will be below average. So now this is my severe weather outlook. This is going to be very exciting. The pink area is slightly above average severe weather, extends from southern Montana all the way to northern Mississippi and far western portions of Tennessee and Kentucky, southern Illinois, pretty much all of Missouri, much of Nebraska, and northern and eastern Colorado, as well as some of the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles, including the rest of the state of Oklahoma. Now we even have an area of moderately above average severe weather. It extends from far eastern Colorado all the way to southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. That's where you can see classic severe weather, like tornadoes, perhaps strong tornadoes at that, big hail, and very, very strong winds. And note, severe weather is defined as any one of the following: damaging winds greater than 50 or greater than or equal to 15 miles an hour, hail 1 inch or greater in diameter, which is quarter size or larger, and or a tornado. Yeah, of course, all thunderstorms that produce tornadoes are considered severe. So I'm gonna quick zip through the severe weather outlook. Slightly above average severe weather from central and southern Montana, all the way through the middle Mississippi River Valley and northern Mississippi and western portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, and southern and western Illinois. Moderately above average for far eastern Colorado through to northern Arkansas and southern Missouri. And now I'm going to go to my next slide. This is the overall forecast. This is going to be extremely exciting. Now, and I'm going to break this down region by region. We have drier conditions for the western U.S., basically in the entire western U.S. to the west of the Rocky Mountains. South of that, I have warmer than normal conditions, stretching from southern California, southern Nevada, southern Utah, through much of Arizona and New Mexico, and southwestern Oklahoma, and basically the entire western roughly two-thirds of Texas. That's where you're going to see warmer than normal conditions. And now for the central and northern Rocky Mountains, I put mountain snow. Far northern New Mexico, all the way northwestward to the Canadian border. Also, some portions of northeast Washington State and northeast Oregon included in this as well. And then, to the east of that, we have above average thunderstorms in that dark green area from southern Oklahoma and roughly the eastern one-third of Texas through the entire southeastern U.S. and southern and eastern portions of West Virginia, central and southern portions of Virginia, and the Delmarva region. And in this red area off to the west of that, we have the most severe weather zone. Yeah, I know I put WX because it's a shorthand for weather. I like using that sometimes. Stretches from western portions of Kentucky, Tennessee, northern Mississippi, southern Illinois, far southwest Indiana, westward to eastern Colorado, and northwestward all the way through central Montana to the Canadian border. That's where you can expect the most severe weather out of this spring. Now to the north of that, we have colder than normal conditions, stretching from eastern Montana, dipping down to the mid to upper Mississippi River Valley, including Iowa and Minnesota and Wisconsin and North Dakota and almost all of Michigan, eastward into northern Indiana and northern Illinois is where you can expect colder than normal conditions. To the south of that, I have late start to season from the south, roughly the southern and eastern portions of Indiana and much of Kentucky and the western north central portions of Tennessee, all the way to the New England states. You can expect a late start to spring. Some snow can be expected for northern and interior portions of New England, including upstate New York, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and northern Maine. And next, I have something very special to show you. And yes, I did get a new cat. Her name is Ayana. She was adopted Wednesday, January 29th, 2019, which is the day this video is being recorded on. And after over a decade, I finally have a cat again. And I haven't had one since we moved to Riverside in to Southeast Iowa in 2009. Yeah, she's doing good. I think she looks like a domestic short hair. Yeah, she's a good kitty. If you liked this video and or any of my other content, please be sure to click like and or comment and or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.